Hi friends, welcome to Aishusdiy. This is a bracelet project and I'm designing with the Sam's Bead Box subscription for the month of July. This is my first subscription, so this roundel beads were there. This is called 25 piece Pebble Beach roundel, visited roundel. No, this is not the one. This one is a burnt orange copper roundel 3 by 5 millimeter. There is 30 beads in this, and I don't know if this strand as such will be enough for a necklace, so I thought I will do a bracelet, and I tried this color combo. It kind of looked nice to me. So the thing is, this one is really dark, and for fair skin people this color would look good, uh, but I would jazz it up with some of these to just give it a little bit brightness. And the thing is I don't want to use copper, and then also it tones down the color, so I want to use this antique gold, and I think with mixed metal it will look good. I have two rings like this. I don't know which one I want to use in the project, but I want to use that. Then I want to use this button. It's a shank button, and then some leather. I would like to use this light color leather for this project. Let me show you guys. It comes in 3 different colors, like a burnt brown and then a brown. So I want to use one of those for this project as well. And I have here some spacers, and I pulled out these beads from the mix that it came. This was a mix, light brown mix, glass, check glass bead mix. So I want to use that for some dangles. And apart from that, what we need is bead stringing wire. You can use a 19 strand, 14 strand, whatever it is. I'm using a 7 strand one, so I'm using crimp tube, and I'm using 7 strand beading wire, and I feel that's okay for this project for mine. And then I'm gonna add some of the beads. Let me just take this off completely, and add a bead, and I'm adding this one, and seeing whether I like this or I like this. Definitely I don't like this. I like this being right next to it. Yeah, it looks good. What do you guys think? Which one looks good? Really like this bead right next to each other. It doesn't even need anything anymore. This is what my feeling is. This is a 10 millimeter bead, but this is nice and shiny enough to come right next to it, but there won't be any coherence with the antique gold, so I kind of need to do something about that. And let me think. So I really like this one. I don't want to mess it up. There we go. That's good. See, it's very dark. Okay. Let's just do this. We need to create a balance. I think that's what will look good. Yeah, we'll follow this pattern. This burnt orange roundel is really pretty. 3 by 5 millimeter. We have 30 pieces in this box. And my size, my wrist size fits 7 to 7.5 inch bracelet. So for me, I would go for 7 inch, no 6 inches of the beads, because I'm adding a ring and I'm going to add a button and some leather to it. So I need only 6 inches worth of beads, and after that I'll stop. And we shall go ahead and finish the closure. The closure is going to be similar to a bracelet that I have done before in my channel, but the pattern is completely different. So I pulled out these check glass beads, this lentil beads, which has a top drill hole. It has 2 sides. Some has 2 sides, I think. Yeah, not everyone has 2 sides. Okay, this one has 2 sides. One is a shiny part and one is a matte one. I really like this with this. And then this one, this leaf is also good, and this dagger is also good. So I'm thinking of making a dangle with all of these. Let's see how it goes. Okay, now one more spacer beads and this. Now I need a ruler to measure my Why do I have a feeling that my daughter took my ruler? So yeah, I think this is good enough. Maybe one more of this would suffice the bracelet. Okay. Oh, this color is good. There we go. This should be good enough. And then I'm thinking of using this ring instead of this, because this button is big, so it wouldn't look good with this one. So I'm gonna use this ring for our bracelet. Here we go. I need 6 inches. It's more than 6 inches, so I shall forgo some beads. So let me see. So I will just do this, take off this, and yes, that's good enough. Now we shall take the crimp tubes, two crimp tubes. I will take the crimp tube, put it in one end, and take the button, put it in behind the shank, bring it back. You can also add some beads if you want. The shank of the button is big enough, so we shall add some beads, some tiny beads. 11 of seed beads, just 3 or 5. Okay, and see if it goes through this shank. If it doesn't go through, yeah, it does go through, so that's a good thing. And then I've added 5 seed beads. It's not necessary, but I just don't want it to leave plain, so I'm adding it, and then I'm passing it through the crimp tube right next to our 10mm bead, and then try to go through the 10mm jasper too if we can, or else we can skip that part. This crimp bead is very narrow. Okay, there we go. Let's try putting this through this. Yes, it goes. Now it's easy for you to push right over here, and this is what we have so far. It's actually not moving freely through it. No. Okay. There we go. We shall put one more bead here because there is a little bit of a wire showing out there. So I'm just adding one more bead here, and then I'm going through this crimp tube again. Pulling everything together down. So this way it's nice and tight. Then I'll go ahead with my tweezer nose pliers and just crimp this down. Okay, just press it down. Then move all the beads to this side. Make sure the tail goes through the beads. After one bead we can actually snip this off. Why drag this in all the beads, right? There we go. Move all the beads down here. That looks good. And now this side, again I have to check the length of this bracelet. At any point of time we don't want to reach more than 7.5. Good. And then what we will do is I'm gonna cut this side off. I like to work with the spool so that I have maximum I have less wastage and I utilize the wire completely. So now it is here up till here, and if I add this towards this side, and then I think that's a good thing. Let me again measure it. See, this has exceeded the thing, so I need even more less bead. I'm going to take these two off, and then if I do this right here, and then I will anyways, I'm gonna do a knot with the leather. I'm gonna use this leather or this one. I think I'll use this one. So it's not a lot, you just measure about 2-3 inches because you need to go around and then tie this in a knot here and have a loop-de-loop. So about this much. Let me measure this. So I took about 5.5 inches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take this leather underneath the ring that I have for the bracelet and make a loop and insert both the ends together inside this. Okay, this is called a lockset knot. You can also tie a regular knot, but I like to use the lockhead knots. Here it looks kind of pretty, and that's a different knot. That's about it, nothing much. It's just my preference over here. And then mine became way too short. I won't be able to use this. So we need about 7 inches of leather. That's okay. I think I can use it for some other project. Over here I need about 7 inches. I think 7 inches would be good enough, I guess. 7.5 inches will do good. It's better to be safe than sorry, because I already wasted this. So let's just do this. Put a knot, a lockset knot. And tighten this up. Okay, and after this you go ahead and tie a knot like that. You can put a drop of glue after you do this knot, and you need to make sure your button goes through this space out here. So I would just do it loosely and then check if my button is passing through this gap right here. Yep. And now I just tighten the knot. So this one is going to come like this, and now we shall measure it once again, because once we are done with crimping we can't do much. It's actually 8.5, but we need that because it has to go through and then we have to loop. So that should be good enough. And I am ready to add the other crimp tube to this end, and then I'm taking this ring, putting it in my loop, coming back, going through the crimp tube and one gemstone bead. You need to make sure that everything is tight over here. There's no lag in the wire because you can't adjust after that. There should be a little give for this bracelet to go round. It should not be very stiff. And there we go. Crimp it down and snip this excess thread off with your wire cutters. There we go. And now this one is ready. Try this. And see. It will be perfect for my wrist. Now all you need to do is make some dangles here. It's totally up to you if you can leave this at this point, but I like to do some dangles. So I have here some head pins and some jump rings. So what you can do is open up a jump ring. I have here a bent nose plier and a twisted nose pliers to open and close my jump ring, and I'm going to put that here. Open up the jump ring and we'll try to put this lentil bead in here. No, it's not working. Check glass beads sometimes really work very well, but for this particular thing we need some 24 gauge wire or 26 gauge wire, whichever you have available. You can use it to make some dangles. I have some 24 gauge wire. So I'll cut just a bit, about 2 inches or so. Okay, then this one is a matte one. I'll use this one. So I have this, I put it in here. This is half, this is one. I mean, the left side is a little bit less than the right, as you can see here. And you put this long cord and wrap around the short one with the short one, couple of wraps, and snip this off. Tuck the tail in. So here we have a dangle, and then I'm going to add this roundel bead on top. It looks very cute. So take my round nose pliers, and keep it on top, and then bend it to 90 degrees. Keep it right here, and then make a loop. Then you can either add it here along with everything, or you can make just one pile out of it. I would like to do that. So I'm just going to add 3 dangles in one jump ring and add the jump ring to the ring. Either way, it's fine, whichever you are comfortable with or you prefer doing it. And snip off the excess wire. Feels this is 26 gauge, doesn't even feel it's 24, but that's okay. We can use any. 24 is the ideal one, but we can use any one you want. Then one dangle is ready. The other one, let me just try this dagger with this jump ring. If it goes through, then it's good. I doubt it. It's very thin. So one dangle is this, the other dangle will be this, and then also we are going to use the same technique. Okay. There is our wire. Straighten it a bit. And then put this leaf inside. Do the same. Bend the wire. Okay. One is short, one is long. Just crisscross the wire on top in a V-shaped form, and then do the short wire. Wrap the short wire around the long wire. Do couple wraps and snip this off. Then you have this. Make sure it's straight. Then if you want, you can add one more dangle of this, one more of this bead. It looks good. There we go. Snip off the excess wire. Okay. We have 2 dangles ready, and we need one more. And I'm thinking, do three dangles. That will look much more appealing. So I'm thinking what we do with the 3rd dangle. So we can just add this bead. That's more than enough. So just take an inch or so of wire. Take the end of the wire and fold it into half, just like that, to make a head pin. Make a U and squish the U a bit. we go. We have formed a headpin, and now add this roundel bead. You can try adding one big bead. I don't know how it will look. It'll look good. Okay, now all you need to do is, actually then if you are adding this big bead, we can use a headpin because it's a big one and this is a small. I want to use this color that will contrast. Then bend the wire, just keeping slightly on top, bend the wire to 90 degrees and snip it off. This one you can make a basic loop. Take your round nose pliers and make a loop until it touches the other end. So there we have our 3 tangles. We are ready now. All you need to do is open up your jump ring. Okay, this is how I like to do. I like to have my bent nose pliers on the left, then I have more control over the jump ring, and then I add this one, and this one right here. All 3 of my tangles okay, there we go. All 3 of my dangles inside the jump ring, then add the jump ring to this ring. There we go, and then close it. So we have our tangles nice and in one jump ring, so it looks kind of nice, I feel, and our bracelet is ready. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos every day. It comes around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and this is actually Sam's bead box subscription project for the month of July. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.